Hey, I like a lot. Jump. I like that. I like that. The way you make that bouncy move. I like that. I like that. When you do that thing you do. I like that. I like that. When you make that bouncy roll. I like that. I like that. When you make it lose control. Anytime you step up on the scene, man a whistle, man a shout, man a scream. That the place with the shape like Serena. Everybody have to welcome the queen. Madness. And when your body start move, all you hear is ass and hooves. Fit the capri, nobody now refuse. You can't do no wrong no matter what you do. I like that. I like that. Where you make that bouncy move. I like that. I like that. When you do that thing you do. I like that. I like that. When you make that bouncy roll. I like that. I like that. When you make it lose control. Like a movie star, you are the center of attraction in this place. Girl, you gonna lead by far, and you will lead this bouncy race. How you make it, oh, girl, fit me, and how you make it shake. Everything about this bouncy is real, and it is not fake. I like that. I like that. The way you make that bouncy move. I like that. I like that.
Toronto's Caribbean Carnival 2016 was a huge success. A Caribbean cultural explosion. The King and Queen competition was a beautiful display of color and design, with the mass bands unveiling their elaborate costumes. And for the 6th year in a row, Carnival Nations won both King and Queen.
This is so amazing. It's so great. I had so much fun tonight. I really had a blast tonight. So winning is just that extra icing on the cake.
Very satisfying. It's very good. It was a good competition, but we really liked our design. We really liked the theme this year, and it worked well, so it was good.
And the defending champions also had a repeat win at the Pan Alive competition, with Pan Fantasy winning for the 5th year in a row.
You know what? I never come expecting to win. The competition, they bring it every single year. It's never given to us. I'm just grateful.
Oh, we're excited. I was a little nervous at first, but you know, we're so excited that we got a 5th win.
The steel pan is the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and musicians as young as 6 years old took part in Pan Alive 2016, giving children a positive outlet and a way to celebrate their culture.
Practice from 8 till 2 a.m. non-stop. And you go home, you sleep, you do whatever you have to do the next day, and you're back at it again.
I think when young people come together and you mentor them, discipline them, this is what we're about. It's not about kids on the street, it's kids in the pan yard every night.
And this year, Miss Caribbean Canada Queen took part in all the action.
It's awesome. I love the Caribbeans considering that those are my roots. And to be here to celebrate with everyone, all the people, the food, the music, it's awesome. I just love it.
And the grand parade was a sight to be seen, with thousands of mass players dancing down the streets of Toronto to soca and calypso music, a sea of feathers and colors. And those who take part say the experience is nothing short of amazing.
It brings the whole Caribbean community, not just the Caribbean community, the whole Canada together, because we're such a multicultural community, and everyone just enjoys themselves. It's like the most amazing thing you can do.
It is amazing to be able to bring this culture to Toronto. It's something that we need. It's something that everybody needs to embrace. It's something to be proud of. But it's amazing. It's so much diversity. The music, the food, the culture. It's so much fun.
And Carnival in the Fort is considered the last lap of Toronto's Carnival, a free, family-friendly event with Caribbean food, music, and entertainment.
Just having some fun. Just took the kids out because I wanted them to get exposed to the Caribbean culture. So just experiencing fun and food and bubbles.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Barbados. It's Carnival time, and it's the final night, and we're so glad to be with you. I'm Joey Stevens, along with, oh my goodness, Bob the Parrot. Look at this. Look at.
Hello.
And, of course, my co-host.
Naima.
Look at you.
Thank you.
Tremendous. You were on the road today.
I was on the road today.
And look how fresh you look.
Thank you. I had a chance to get back and freshen myself back up. On the road, I was a little bit more bejeweled, but right now, this is the down.
Love your outfit. What band were you with?
I was with Fantasy Band.
Fantasy Band.
Yes, Fantasy Barbados.
Wow, nice outfit.
Thank
now,
you.
How long did it take them to put that together, do you think?
You know, I'm not sure how long it took them, but We are going to show you a nice little clip of what it is like behind the band. Now, you know, costumes are very elaborate.
Yeah.
And every band has like different types of costumes. So there's like frontline, which are the big, huge costumes.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a lot of feathers and headpieces and a million accessories.
Now let me ask you this: you wore the costume in the jump up today.
Yep.
What are you going to do with the costume now?
You try to keep them. You would think that you don't want them.
I know that, but I say, well, you know, what do? You like wear it around the house?
I'll be honest. I have some feathers from previous years, and I sometimes wear them around the house.
Really?
And, you know, sometimes you
It's
just
a
wake up.
beautiful headpiece.
Wouldn't
there.
cleaning be so much better? Like if you could sweep with
That's
like
true.
some big,
That's true. You know, just
some big
I
black
love it.
feathers.
I love
but
it.
look, Bob was with me.
Bob, yeah, look at this. My goodness.
So not
Yeah,
only did
don't I
we
look
need you
sharp?
last night to go party, clearly we were liming today. We're in matching feathers.
Well, we're glad you're with us. And of course, we're in Barbados. It's crop over and it's One Caribbean. Again, Carnival Week, thank you so much for being with us. Tell us a little bit about your segment for today.
Well, tonight we're going to be looking at how the costumes are actually made.
Good.
So we're going to be going behind the scenes at Fantasy Barbados.
All right.
Take a look. I'm here with Amanda Reefer of Fantasy Band Barbados, right?
Yes, Fantasy Barbados.
Fantasy Barbados. You were a different name before Fantasy, right?
Yeah, we rebranded in 2011. So we were the first ever premium band in Barbados.
Yeah.
And we have transformed what you know now as Kadooment, offering premium everything from start to finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today we're actually behind the scenes in you call it a band camp,
Yeah,
right?
our band house, yeah, this is it. This is it. Yeah.
And what I love about this is that everything that you're making is actually being made right here in Barbados.
Absolutely. We felt before we used to outsource production. So they would just be flying in the pieces here just to distribute. But this year we felt that for us, for a number of reasons. One, we had more control over the quality, over distribution, over ensuring that what people paid for, they actually get. Other, we have, if you under there, you will see some young people all around. Yeah, you see them? They came on board and they're like 15, 16, you know, and they're just so excited to be actually making stuff. And we felt that in terms of the industry, the mass industry in Barbados, that was very much lacking. So they get an experience how to feather, how to jam, how to do all sorts of things. And these are the ones that are going to take this forward. So that was a part and parcel of what we felt was also lacking and what was needed.
So really, Fantasy is like a real Bajan band.
Bajan, but we're a Caribbean band because our designers and producers from Trinidad, we have some amazing talent across the region. We have an international focus in terms of who we cater to, we market to. So we have people from all the way from Paris, and so we fuse all types from local, regional, and international. Yeah.
Well, we're really looking forward to being with you at Kadooment. Right now, we're behind the scenes. So now when you see all those beautiful costumes on the road, this is the stress. Listen, Amanda does everything. She does everything. She's here actually pulling cloth. So we will see you on the road now that you've seen us behind the scenes at Kadooment with Fantasy Barbados.
Alive and well, what me say? Icy life at the party. Say icy life at the party. I come to jam.
How does it feel to see soca grow and become what it has become today?
Well, I mean, it is my life, you know, and what is life without growth? What is life without change? You know, this music was the music of our forefathers and our ancestors. And, you know, we as a young generation took it up in the hope of, you know, making our tradition live on, and we had to just change, we had to adapt. I mean, we all have our roots, and, you know, we have to do what we have to do to put the Caribbean on the map. So I think it's important when we come to places like St. Lucia to see the crowds growing, to see the sexy girls on the front of the stage, to see more foreigners coming from New York and Miami and London and Canada. It's awesome feeling. It's just, you know, a feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction for your goals and your purpose.
How would you explain soca to people who've never heard our music before?
Well, in its official state, soca is the soul of calypso. It was made in 1974 by Raj Shorty, but right now, you know, soca has transformed from the soul of calypso to the sound of the Caribbean. You know, you listen to dancehall music, you hear that soca beat in there. You listen to reggaeton, mumbaton, you could hear that soca in there, you know, in the salsa, you hear the pitbull, neo, independent girl, you hear the soca beats. So I think, you know, soca music to me is the fuel of Carnival, is the fuel of the people. What we do every year during Carnival is an age-old tradition, you know. The one time we had freedom to mock our masters, you know, freedom from the plantations to go out and express who we are and dress up and have a good time. So it's really the music that fuels this tradition, that fuels this ongoing change in us. You know, we grow as a people, but we stay the same. St. Lucia, Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent, Guyana. I mean, we touch it all. And it's all about freedom. So this is the fuel for Carnival, is the fuel for freedom. That is soca music.
How would you describe Carnival in the Caribbean from St. Lucia to Trinidad to Jamaica to Barbados?
Well, I mean, every island has its unique sound, you know. The Bajans walk up and they got that pulsating rhythm and bass, and they got their own patois, you know. In St. Lucia, it's bouillon. It's very French. It's very much like zouk. Same thing for Haiti, you know. And in St. Vincent, it's a little madder. It's crazy. Trinidad and Tobago is where it all culminates. You have the Lucians, the Bajans, the Vincentians. Our arms are wide open. So although we are unique in each element, you know, we are still one when you return to the source. It's music to make people go mad. When we say go mad, there's a thin line between sane and insane. We mean go away from your brain, come out of your body, and when Carnival is over, you get back to yourself.
So Marshall, how do you think soca and the culture of Carnival can unite the Caribbean region for real?
Well, I mean, it already does that, you know. Some of our songs, we may not be united in language, but some of our songs cross the borders, and some of our songs make everybody jump. It's a universal language, but it's more a Caribbean language. It's an expression of Caribbean people. We show paradise. So I think if we all, you know, use the music and come together to try to give the world a piece of paradise. Right now we're seeing war in Egypt, you know, war in Iran, war in Iraq, war in Afghanistan. You know, we just need to give them some soca music. As one Caribbean, we need to be joined by these separate pieces of land, but brought together by one music and one vibe. Freedom and happiness. I've seen it happen with reggae and Bob Marley, so look out, Marshall HD next.
Hi, I'm Naima Hazel, and you're watching One Caribbean's Caribbean Week coverage of Crop Over. I'm here with a special guest tonight, Srimati Alt. Good evening, Srimati.
Good evening, Naima.
We're going to talk here with you. Now, Srimati has a very, very special and unique job, and so I really want to talk to you about that. You are a carnival concierge.
Yes, I am.
Now, I know none of you have ever heard of that. You've been hearing us talk a lot every night about parties and fetes and events, and you probably are wondering how in the world you get all these things planned. So tell me a bit about your job, because I have a feeling you have an answer for our audience.
Well, my job is pretty simple. Well, it may sound simple, but really it isn't. I just plan stuff for people. So you just come to me and you say whichever carnival in the world you want to attend.
Yes.
And I plan it for you, and you have an amazing experience.
Okay, so we're in Barbados now.
We are in Barbados.
So if I was coming to Barbados, how soon would I have to contact you to plan for a carnival?
To be honest, because the events and stuff are coming so fast these days, it's almost like you have to plan 6 months in advance.
Wow.
It's a really, it's a thing now, it's a
Yes.
carnival thing. So it's 6 months in advance is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually find, like, because we keep bumping into people and they say, oh, where are you going tonight? And it's like, this is where I'm going. Can I go? No, you can't. Those tickets are sold out. So I think that maybe is that the value of your service?
Yes, that's the value of my service. The
Okay.
experience, the all-encompass experience. That's what I
Okay.
offer.
All right. We're going to speak some more with Srimati again after the break. However, right now, we're going to talk about what Joey would like to say is yet another fete. We know how much I love fetes. This one is a boat cruise, candy coated. Watch with us. I'm here with Candice Duffy, making up the candy face and the name of Candy Coated Events. And we're on your Candy Coated cruise, aka the bed up boat. Listen, this is really a bed up boat, okay? It better be at boat, get there. One thing I love about Candy Coated is from the jump, it's always a big party. Yeah, because you need to pay attention to your music. You can't have a shaky start, you know? You had to go hard from the start. And everybody can hear your accent. You're obviously not from Barbados, you're from Trinidad? I'm from Trinidad, yeah, but I wouldn't call this a Trinidad cruise or a Trinidad event. This is pretty much global. Like, I pull people from different places, you know, so you'll come in here and you'll see a wide variety, and you'll see basically the West Indian diaspora, not just Trinidadians. And that's what I like about my crowd. That's what I like about your cruises too. And what else can we expect from Candy Coated? Well, tomorrow we have Candy Coated Beach coming up. After that, I'm actually going to break because summer was a bit busy. We had New York and India and that type of thing. So next up is Miami Carnival. Yes. So every year, people can expect to go to every carnival and find a Candy Coated event. Almost every carnival. And how will people get in touch with you to get a ticket to Candy Coated? Well, you can follow us on Facebook, Candy Coated Events, Instagram, Candy Coated _events, Snapchat, Candy Coated TT, and yeah. So just like her name, everything Candy Coated is sweet, sweet, sweet. We'll see you next
The Grand Carnival Parade is the highlight of the 3-week Caribbean Carnival Festival. Millions of people from all over the world come to Toronto to see tens of thousands of people masquerade through the streets in colorful costumes. All to the beat of the popular Caribbean soca and calypso music. Each masquerade band has its own theme, and the parade goes all day long, 12 hours. And for those who take part, it's an exciting time.
Honestly, it's really fun. You feel really free. You just enjoy yourself.
The parade today is amazing. Amazing. It's great fun.
It's awesome because you get to have fun every year and you can enjoy the environment and just have fun.
We are looking to enjoy this environment.
No.
Oh my God! So much energy. This is the best.
I love coming to Toronto. I love it.
It is so much fun. Like, it's like you get this rush of excitement and joy. And it's so much.
But for many, this party is also about tradition, keeping the Caribbean culture alive here in Toronto, Canada.
Where are you from? Trinidad! What's it like to celebrate your culture here in Toronto? Oh my gosh, it's a pleasure, it's a pleasure. I've been living here for 20 years and I've never lost my Trini culture.
I know you're great good.
Where are you from?
From Toronto.
Toronto! What's it like celebrating the Caribbean?
It's amazing representing my country, Jamaica.
I was born in Antigua. Came here when I was 11. I like the parade here, but you know, nothing beats back home.
Okay,
Okay, now we just completed our dive in Carlisle Bay. It was amazing.
It's filling up with animals and plants. From the time it was down, the fish started. The fish like hide in places, you know, so you put a ship down and they love it. And then it gradually gets colonized by algae and also corals and sponges and everything that makes up a coral reef.
We show that business can be good for conservation, can be good for fish, and can be good also for tourism.
If you have ever been on a dive, you would know why it's so important to be conserving the sea and why this project is so important.
When you think of crop over and you think of costumes, you think of Mackie Holder. Hello, my friend. It's good to be with you again.
It's good to see you again, my man.
Yeah.
How's it been?
Good. You've been busy.
Yeah, as usual. Especially at this time of the year. We have something called Limitless, which shows the potential of Barbados, that we've been impactful for all of our life, really.
We're on the streets of Bridgetown. It's the 4-day morning, or Jube as they call it. Yeah, it's an all-night party. It actually starts at around midnight on Friday and will head throughout the day on Saturday. They will keep dancing and keep partying till the sun comes up. It's a tradition. You know, it started in the very beginning with, just throwing mud on one another and getting kind of dirty. Now it's progressed into paint.
We're here at Caesar's Army Ambush, and this is the new alternative to 4-day morning for, you might say, the young people, but the crowd continues to grow and change, so let's not limit it. Once you get covered in paint, pigment, there's really no saving these clothes. They become property of Caesar's Army and every bush that you jump after that. We had music, we had drinks, and we had people. You gotta love the Army, you gotta love the bush.
Welcome back to Carnival Week on One Caribbean Television. We're moving right along with our Carnival coverage, but I do want to take a moment to remind you that if you haven't already downloaded our Caribbean Television, the channel from Roku, you can download it now from the channel store. So tell your family and friends who have Roku right now. Go tell them they need to get it so they can watch all this Carnival Week action and all the awesome shows that we have on our network. And John Stalin doing his weather forecasting. I can't leave him out. But right now, let's send it back over to Emily in Toronto and see what's going on in the Toronto. Emily?
Hi Lila, good evening everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on One Caribbean Television. This Carnival Week coverage continues, coming to you live from Toronto with the beautiful cityscape behind us. We've been bringing you all kinds of stories over the past several days, from the King and Queen competition to Pan Alive and of course the Grand Parade. The King and Queen competition though, this year my photographer Tommy and I have been talking, the crowds were huge. There were thousands of people there this year, so a big crowd, much bigger than we've seen in years past. And one of the parts of the competition, of course, is the King and Queen, but there's also the individual male and female that are crowned. I guess you could say Prince and Princess if you want to put it that way. But they put just as much work into their costumes. They're a little bit smaller than the actual King and Queen, but the individual mass bands, the Carnival Nations, all the bands such as that, they all put a lot of work into that. So let's take a look back at who won the individual male and female competition from the King and Queen competition on Thursday evening. Take a look. The 2016 King and Queen competition yet again did not disappoint. The evening began with the female and male individual showcase, and for these competitors, it's an opportunity to bring their Caribbean culture alive here in Toronto.
It's actually fun. I mean, people over there and the audience and the vibes of the Caribbean, it's very awesome.
Fabulous, fabulous. A taste of my country, Trinidad, which I've also performed and won a few times. So it's great to do it here on the stage here in Toronto.
Unbelievable. It's my culture and I love it. And I get to show my colors.
Selena with Tribal Carnival won the female individual with her portrayal of the Bird of Paradise.
Carnival Nation.
And Carnival Nation's Corey Johnson came out on top of the male individual showcase.
It's amazing. This is the first year I've ever done it. I was extremely nervous going out onto that stage. I didn't know what to do, what to expect, and then I just got out there and there was lots of energy. The crowd, they were just phenomenal. It was so hype, and like near the end I was really tired, but I pulled through and I got off, and then like, you know, after recovering about half an hour, I was like, I'm ready to do this again. So I mean, this has been a phenomenal experience for me.
Corey's from Trinidad, so he says he's very excited for this opportunity to celebrate his Caribbean culture right here in Toronto.
I look forward to this every year. I think that within this culture, there's just so much inclusion that happens and that people just get together and celebrate, and there's such a positive vibe.
This is Carnival Week on One Caribbean TV. I'm Janelle Bonte, and this is 4-day morning at Cropover. This is the party before the party, before the party, before the road. So you know, we have to get on bad. Now in Trinidad and Tobago, we call this part of the festival Juve. In Barbados, they call it 4-day morning. You're gonna learn more about that in a short while. Right now, I'm with Island Fusion Band. It's a sexy, glamorous costume band. They have a sexy t-shirt vibe and a sexy frontline vibe. You see what's going on right here? 100% Bajan design, 100% Bajan mass. This is how we're rolling. We're gonna link up with some of the movers and shakers of 4-day morning. But before that, let's check out the sights and sounds on the road with Island Fusion. Carnival Week on One Caribbean TV, 4-day morning. Let's go.
Yeah, you got one more round to go. Working time, there she goes. Make it clap in stereo. Shake it up and make it work. Ladies, let me see that booty. Twerk, 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 twerk it, twerk, twerk, make it go.
Hi, I'm Candy, and you're watching Carnival Week on One Caribbean TV.
Walk for me now, what? On your toe and bubble for me now. I beg you, I beg you, I beg you, I beg you. Rock it off now and walk for me now. Wine for me now, you walk for me now. I get on your toe and bubble for me now. I beg you, I beg you, I beg you, I beg you. Working time right now, my girl. Rock it up and walk up D-A-D. Push right back now, run and
Alright, we're in Island Fusion Band. Only the hottest, sexiest people are in this band, and it's all because of this lovely lady, Tony. Tony, tell me how you're feeling and tell us about your role at Island Fusion.
My role at Island Fusion, firstly, I'm feeling wonderful. My role at Island Fusion basically is the creative direction. So when we started out 4 years ago, we really wanted to make a difference in the whole 4 days. The year afterwards, we brought what you call first call, what people call pretty mass. Some people like it, some people prefer the t-shirts, the paint, the mud, but it's all about being able to cater to so many different people. This year, what we've also done is we've also tried to incorporate a premium intimate experience with a band called Intimate by Island Fusion. So what you're going to see on the road tonight,
this morning,
would be pretty mass, traditional 4-day morning, which is t-shirts and makeup, paint and mud, and then you have Intimate by Island Fusion. We also have a happy distance, which would go from point A to point B, where you're serving strictly Moet.
Oh my goodness, I am ready to pop the bubbly on the road for 4-day morning. Some people may not like the pretty mass for Juve and for 4-day. I love the pretty mass for Juve and 4-day. Now I gotta tell you, a lot of work must have gone into this, right? When I came to your mass camp earlier this week, I was so impressed with the level of, you know, action and activity and preparation that was going on. Give us a brief idea of what it takes to plan this 4-day morning band.
Oh wow, well as soon as we finish this year, we go right into planning next year. We do all production here in Barbados. We don't fly in things from Asia or from America. Everything is produced here locally.
100% Bajan though.
So coordinating it is very, very important, and we're all about keeping true to who we are, but still implementing certain aspects. So for sure the band's theme is Vegas, but we still kind of keep it Bajan in certain things that we do.
Well, you know what they say, what happened 4-day morning stays at 4-day morning. It's time to pop some bubbly and celebrate, Tony.
For sure.
All right, we're going to hit the road. We'll be back with more Carnival Week, 4-day morning, One Caribbean TV. Let's go. Hi, I'm Rasha, and you're watching Carnival Week on One Caribbean TV.
Hi, I'm Tony, and you're watching Carnival Week on One Caribbean TV.
Hi, I'm Leah Marble, and this is Carnival Week on One Caribbean TV. I'm here, Island Fusion Mass, Barbados, Juve. It's the place to be. You gotta be here. If you're not here, next time.
All right, this is Marlon Grant of Island People Mass, and we are right here in Beige, Carnival Carnival, crop over, the Bajan vibe, one Carnival, 1 week, right here on One Caribbean. That's how we do it. All Carnival, all Caribbean people.
All right, looks like a lot of fun. Still ahead on Carnival Week, we meet a gentleman who is a steel pan legend in Toronto. We'll learn about his journey as a pan musician and how much of an impact he's made in the Caribbean Canadian community, especially with the youth. We'll talk more about that when we come back.
Toronto's Caribbean Carnival has been happening for nearly 50 years. And one man, Trinidad native Pan Man Pat, has been a part of each and every one.
The Toronto Caribbean Carnival started as Carabana in 1967. I played in the first one, and I'm going to be involved in this one as well.
Pan Man Pat is truly a fun man, and he's been instrumental in keeping the Trinidad music and culture alive in Toronto.
I'm a mentor to a lot of these musicians, and I'm very instrumental in bringing steel band to Toronto, Ontario, and to Canada at large. Luckily, I became a teacher, and I was able to bring steel band as a credit course in the school curriculum with the Toronto District School Board. Many of my students from in the 80s and the 90s and so on are here. Al Foster is the arranger. I've had him from grade 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. So it's nice to see my students perpetuating the culture that I love so much.
Leanne Charles is part of the Pan Fantasy Steel Band, and she's been playing for more than 2 decades thanks to Pan Man Pat.
He's the main influence. He's the one that basically started me in pan. Before I played violin, and I liked it, but he's the one that introduced me to pan, taught me about all the different instruments, and from there, it's been 20 years strong.
What's he like as a teacher?
Funny guy.
Cool.
Funny and cool, yeah. Like you said
like
earlier.
kids.
Exactly. We're like his kids. He would always come in with love, and it was always a good class. It was the best class.
They were as interested back then as they are now, and I'm so happy because they made my job easy. They took the load off.
Pan Man Pat has been around the community for a generation. In the community, we look up to him as a mentor, and for what he has brought to the music industry in Canada, also as an educator, a mentor, and also a person that we look up to. And I say he's influenced a lot of us, and we thank him for that journey that he has. He's now doing the Calypso thing a little bit, as most of us this year heard that he's doing a song about Pan Fantasy Steel Band. Amazing, amazing work. And I want to take my hat off to him today and say thank you for all the hard work he has done.
And we're here again speaking with Srimati Alt of Alternative Concierge Services. So when we finished off last segment, we were talking about some of the services you provide, and you were saying that you work not just in Barbados, but across the Caribbean. Tell me a bit more about that.
Wow, I do a lot of work in Trinidad. That's like the biggest carnival in the Caribbean.
Trinidad is a huge carnival.
And Bermuda. I did Hollywood. They're fresh and up and coming. That's a really big deal now
Hollywood,
too.
really?
Miami. Yeah, I do all the carnivals.
Okay.
All the carnivals.
So if you're trying to, like, say Trinidad, which of those carnivals is more difficult to plan for?
Trinidad is definitely the hardest to plan for. It's crop over, and I already have 30 clients for Trinidad next year, and it's like a good few months away.
Okay, so what are some of the services that you provide that would make it easier for somebody planning their carnival?
Well, basically what you do is you just tell me you want to go to X event, Y event. I book your flights, I pay for your accommodation and book that as well on your behalf. I organize your transportation. I do everything for you. All you have to do is pack your suitcase and get on the plane.
So if I wanted to see, I love my feathers. I got my feathers out today. So if I wanted to play in a band, do you do all of that as well?
Yeah, and I pick up your stuff and I deliver them to you.
Oh my gosh, I wish somebody had picked up my stuff and delivered it to me. That sounds like a really great service.
Yeah, because then you don't have to wait in the band house. You know that takes, for some people that takes hours.
It does.
It's a long time, yeah.
And sometimes you've just finished fetting and you got to go pick up costumes.
And you have to go,
So people who are planning Carnival, you would recommend to them that they should use a concierge service?
Of course, definitely.
And I would recommend to you that you would use alternative concierge service. And how would people get in contact with you, Srimati?
alternativeconcierge@gmail.com.
And now we're going to head into a segment we like to call the flashback, where we look back on carnivals of the past.
This carnival I will try hard to behave. And I
You are the queen of soca. Oh goodness, I am a practicing soca artist. It's a humble queen, which is the best kind. Now you're in St. Lucia emancipating them with royal soca music from a strong female artist from Trinidad. How does it feel to be in the Caribbean representing such a strong movement? Well, you see my makeup running, my clothes wet, I'm sweating. It feels good. It means hard work, performance, enjoying what we do, and crowd participation. We just love the vibe. We love when the crowd comes out and feel a part of your performance. We don't like to be considered the type of people that just come on stage and perform for the crowd. We like to perform with the crowd. We like them to be involved in what's happening and to be able to take my culture that I represent, because everywhere I go I'm Trinidadian, regardless the way I step. Exactly. My footsteps is imprinted Trinidad and Tobago. So it's nice to actually come here, bring my culture, bring me, bring my vibe, and have people acknowledge and like and respect it. It's awesome.
Hold on, St. Lucia, from the front to the back. Swing your waist, swing your body now. Swing your body, swing it harder, and lean. Lean the ball and lean.
I'm completing the mission, and if it's not completed with me, then I have a daughter who hopefully, if she doesn't sing, has a daughter or has a son that will continue. So we need to stop trying to compete with each other and try and complete each other. I mean, no one person is a show. You need beginners, you need people to end the show, you need people in the middle, in all these supporting acts, you need them. And as such in life, you need different people for different reasons. So we need to stop trying to always see everybody's advancement or everybody's enhancement as something that demeans us or depletes us in a way. Because happy people love to see other people happy. And I'm very happy for my husband's success. I'm very happy for my dad. His comeback is phenomenal. It gives me inspiration to know that when I reach his age, if I decide to continue singing, I have a very appreciative and waiting, responsive crowd right there waiting for me. You know, without your father, there would be no wave in Carnival. Of course not. There would be no jump. Nope. There would be no celebration of the pace we move with in Trinidad and Tobago. But without you, there would be no heavy bumper. Not at all. Women would not know how to love themselves in the Carnival Fest, no matter who they are or where they're at. The strange thing, when I did that song, a lot of people said, but you're not a big girl. Why would you sing a song like that? I said, because I don't have to be big to recognize what big girls go through. Because from a female standpoint, I am put under the same scrutiny and pressure as the other girls. And we need to understand that. We need to stop comparing and contrasting ourselves with other females and just be happy for you happy. Talk to me about being in a relationship and having a professional relationship. People critique what they don't understand, and a lot of times they don't understand. Oh, they can be together all the time and this and that. Because you don't get fed up. Exactly. You don't drive you crazy. Exactly. Because we could be. And you don't mind if you're whining on stage. You understand? Exactly. Because we put things in perspective. I understand when he's an artist, and I understand when he is my husband. Of course. And we need to differentiate. When he's the father to your kids. Exactly. So there are different roles. Now the key thing is that does not mean one role supersedes the other. It just means there's a time and place for everything, and not because he's in artist mode means I will disrespect him as my husband, or not because he's in husband mode means I'll disrespect him as an artist. The respect level is always still there. We're gonna party all night, watch him go. Everyone repeated money, clean credit and tainted money. Nobody wanna dance by themselves, everybody wanna dance on somebody. Everybody know where your hands are slow. If you're ready for the road, let them know. We're ready for the road. The connection
connection has to be kept, because the easiest thing to do is to fall apart. The hardest thing to do is to stay together. It takes work. It takes a lot of work.
Thank you so much for representing soca and representing Caribbean women the way you are. This is Carnival Week on One Caribbean TV. Stick around, we have so much more.
Lots more.
Welcome back and good evening, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us here on One Caribbean Television for our Carnival Week coverage. We're here in Toronto. You can see behind me the sun has set. And we've got a beautiful cityscape of Toronto. And Toronto really opened its doors for the past several days to everybody from around the world for their grand parade. There were also several other events. The King and Queen competition on Thursday night was very well attended, with several thousand people there taking in all the elaborate costumes that the designers made for the mass band. So that was quite a sight to be seen. And this year, yet again, it was a repeat performance. The defending champions won again, the King and Queen, Joella and Shane. So let's take a look back at Thursday night's competition with the King and Queen winners from Carnival Nations. Take a look. It was another exciting year for the King and Queen competition, with the stadium being transformed into an outdoor theatrical stage as King and Queen contestants wowed the crowd with their elaborate costumes and performances. And the mass band, Carnival Nations, once again winning both the King and Queen.
Very satisfying. It's very good. It was a good competition, but we really liked our design. We really liked the theme this year, and it worked well, so it was good.
This is so amazing. It's so great. I had so much fun tonight. I really had a blast tonight. So winning is just that extra icing on the cake.
Carnival Nation's theme this year was the nest. This year's king, Shane Mungle of Trinidad and Tobago, playing a big role in designing his costume, something he says he truly loves to do.
It's amazing as you grow up in this. I started this when I was 13 years old, and yeah, now I'm a little bit older, and it's a lot of fun. So it's good to see that we keep doing well, so it's good.
And this is the 6th year in a row Carnival Nations has won both King and Queen, perhaps adding a bit more pressure for band leader Marcus Eustace to come up with bigger and better costumes each and every year.
People probably think it's probably getting boring now, but to be honest, to me it's getting better and it's getting harder, because this year it was really hard. A lot of work went into it, a lot of timeless hours, a lot of late nights. If I had 10 hours sleep in the last week, I had a lot.
All right, welcome back to Carnival Week on One Caribbean Television. He's John Stalin. I'm Lila Hall, your host for a Carnival Week. We're the only network bringing Carnival coverage to you live for weeks straight. And unfortunately, this is our final night of Carnival Week for the summertime.
That's right. When's the next one?
It'll be February, March-ish. Kind of goes in with...
Really? I thought we did another one this year. Oh, this
Easter.
is the end of the year, basically. Huh?
Yeah, basically.
Fun.
However, don't be too sad. You can catch up on all things Carnival on our website. Just click on the Carnival tab and you can find everything right there on the page.
That's right. Don't forget, we're giving away some awesome prizes. You still have time to enter your chance to win an all-inclusive cruise for two. It's a 3-night, 4-day, all-inclusive trip. And how can you beat that? You can't. That's why you need to enter. We're also giving away an iPad mini, a GoPro, and a Visa gift card I hear is worth $100 US,
100.
which means it's way more in Canada and in other places. The winner for the cruise will be announced August 30th, but let's get the final night of Carnival continuing. We go live from Tonto, Toronto, or TO.
Good evening, John and Lila. Thank you so much for sticking with us, everybody, here on One Caribbean Television. We're jamming out. There's a party boat out there playing some great tunes. And we've been having a great time here in Toronto for our Carnival Week coverage for the Toronto's Caribbean Carnival, celebrating everything Caribbean here in Toronto, Canada. And it's been a great time. Several events, the Grand Parade, of course, the King and Queen competition. We brought you the winners earlier about that. But one of my personal favorite events is the Pan Alive competition, where you have youth from as young as 6 years old in some of the bands taking part in this, musicians just playing the steel pan and doing a really, really good job at it as well. The steel pan, as we've been telling you, is the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. So it's really keeping the culture alive for many people that attend Pan Alive 2016. This year, for the 5th year in a row, Pan Fantasy won yet again. And I spoke with them shortly after they were announced the winner. Take a look. So we just found out that Pan Fantasy has won Pan Alive 2016 now for the 5th year in a row. Let's head out and talk to some of the contestants, some of the members, the band members, to get their reaction to tonight's big win. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, good. Snapchatting. She won. She's Snapchatting. Your reaction to tonight's big win?
Oh, we're excited. I was a little nervous at first, but we're so excited that we got it. 5th win again.
What's your name?
Jatara.
Jatara, how long have you been playing with Pan Fantasy?
12 years, I think.
Wow.
About 12 years.
So this is now the 5th year in a row, correct?
Correct.
There's still got to be a lot of pressure, though, because you've got to keep that win up, right?
Yeah, a little pressure, but we're a strong team, so.
You had a lot of fun tonight, I'm sure.
I did.
All right, congratulations on the win. Great job. You guys sounded fantastic. We're here with Pan Fantasy Steel Band leader Wendy Jones. 5 years in a row now.
It's 5. Number 5. Hard work. Number 5. I am excited. You called it.
I
think you're gonna take 5, right? So I just want to say, like, we have a good group of young people, and I think when young people come together and you mentor them, discipline them, this is what we're about. It's not about kids on the street. It's kids in the pan yard every night. And I hope that we can put programs in place that we can see results like this. It's not just our kids, it's everybody's children that is here tonight celebrating all the bands that were here. Amazing work that they did, and I'm so excited. I'm overwhelmed with joy.
And I guess even though, like you said, it's 5 years now, it's still, you got to put a lot of work into it. You can't back down, really.
No, you cannot back down. If you back down, that is when you give it away. If you hand it over, that's what happens. But you got to work, you got to hold it together. And when the band is tight and well rehearsed, well executed, that's what makes a difference. It's not just about only the music. You have to execute the music.
Yeah. And talk about keeping the Caribbean culture, the Trinidadian culture alive here in Toronto. That's pretty cool.
That is the coolest thing ever. It's culture. Culture is diverse. And our makeup of our band is not just West Indians. It's a diverse group of players that we had. This year we had an international player. Last year we had one. She came from Japan. She doesn't speak a word of English, but she knows music.
She can play the steel pan.
Amazing.
Great.
Amazing.
Wonderful.
Thank
well, congratulations, Wendy.
Thank you.
You guys
so
were
much.
fantastic. It
Thank
was
you.
another great performance, and I'm so glad I got the opportunity to see
Thank
it.
you again.
All right,
Appreciate
have fun.
it.
We'll let you celebrate. Nice seeing you. All right, Pan Fantasy, your 2016 Pan Alive champs.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Barbados. It's Crop Over. I'm Joey Stevens, along with Bob the Parrot.
And Naima Hazel.
I enjoyed your guest the last couple of segments.
I do. Listen, concierge service, it sounds like a newfangled idea, but it is a brilliant way to plan your carnivals.
It sounds great. Sounds great. Hopefully, folks out there will take advantage of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next year for you.
Yeah, you definitely. Definitely. Well, let's say a couple of thank yous while we're at it here. This, of course, is our last night. Kind of sad, but I can't believe we've been, here for like 5 nights broadcasting already.
Yes, we have.
Wow.
It went so quickly.
It did go quickly.
It did.
Usually, once you get going, I'll tell you. Anyway, a couple of thank yous. First of all, to Acro Beach Hotel Resort and Spa. We're broadcasting here again live tonight. We've been here all week. They have been so gracious. They are so nice. I want to thank our friends from Flow. Who help us, Flow Communications. We have a great, tremendous relationship with them.
They were really helpful
They are
to
so
us.
helpful. Trident Television helped us out a couple of times with some footage. I certainly want to thank them, and more importantly, we want to thank you for being with us. It's been a busy day. Today was the big day.
Today was the big day.
And you look great. You were in your costume.
I'm actually surprised I'm still going. I'm so tired.
I know. I'm amazed you're still here tonight.
It is. It's on the road. It's hot. It's a lot. But it's so much fun.
But again, then it goes quick.
It goes quickly. It almost goes too quickly.
Yeah. You had a big group. Your group pretty big?
pretty big. 500.
500.
500
in
people.
one band. 500 in one
and
band.
consider a bit of a smaller band, which
Yeah,
I'm like
exactly.
500. You know,
it's
in
amazing.
St. Kitts that would be like almost part of the whole island.
Well, Bob and I were also jumping today in the Canoe Minute, and we were on the road, as we always are, saying hello to our friends and
As you can
having
see.
a really, really good time. And we'd like to share a little bit with that right now with you. So let's take a look. Well, this is it, the big day. It's finally arrived. It's Canoement on the streets of Barbados as we celebrate crop over. We're actually in the National Stadium this morning. We're starting off with all the groups. There will be some 32 bands that will be performing today. There will be some 11,000 revelers on the streets, believe it or not. And believe it, there will be a lot more than that that'll be along the sidelines. How are you? Thank you, man. Anyway, a lot of friends, a lot of people that know Bob. Anyway, what they're doing today, let me explain here in the National Stadium, is each one of the groups is performing before the judges. And they are, they're judging the costumes, the pageantry, the excitement of each particular group because they can actually win money. So this is kind of the easy part before they get on the road and start stringing things out. They'll be marching all the way down to Springboro, which is all the way into town. So it is a long afternoon in the heat and the humidity. And the bands will tend to be strung out a little bit, a little more disorganized. So they want to get them here in the stadium and let them perform. And we do have some beautiful, beautiful costumes. And I'll tell you, Barbados has, maybe I shouldn't say this, but they have some beautiful women here. They really, really do. But beautiful costumes. And some of these people spend quite a bit of money for these costumes, to be quite honest with you. I often wonder, they use them one day and then what do they do with them? Well, somebody said, well, they hang on to them, they wear them to parties. And they will be partying until late tonight, as a matter of fact, when they're on the street. So that will go on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, we're ducking through here. Oh, we're in the middle of all the beautiful ladies. Anyway, it's the Grand Canoement, and we're on the streets of Barbados as we celebrate crop over with you right here on One Caribbean Television. And again, we certainly hope you're enjoying all of the excitement and all of the pageantry because it is exciting.
Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us here on One Caribbean Television for our Carnival Week coverage. I'm Emily Matson, coming to you live from Toronto, Canada, where we've been celebrating everything Caribbean for Toronto's Caribbean Carnival festivities over the past several days. We had the Pan Alive competition, the King and Queen competition, and of course the biggie, the Grand Parade, which was on Saturday, where thousands of people, tens of thousands of people came to Toronto, took part in the parade and watched the parade as revelers made their way down the streets of Toronto in colorful costumes. It was just a really fun time, a grand event for everybody. But on Sunday, it was a more laid-back day. There was an event called Carnival in the Fort, and that was more for families. It was a free, family-friendly event, a chance for the youngins to come out. That might have been a little bit too young for the festivities of the parade, but to come out, have some food and some dancing, because food, as we know, is such a big part of the Caribbean culture. So I caught up with one woman from Jamaica who was so happy to be able to bring her food, that jerk chicken, to the people attending Carnival in the Fort. Take a look. We are here at Carnival in the Fort. It is a family-friendly event celebrating everything Caribbean, and of course you can hear the music, but the food is also a big part of the celebration, bringing Caribbean food here to Toronto. We're talking traditional Caribbean food as well. Joining me now is Sonia. She's going to explain some of the food that you've got here that you're serving up today. I'm going to hop on this side. I guess tell me a little bit about the food here.
Okay, we are serving corn, which is boiled corn, and you can dress it up with whatever spice you like with it. And also rice and peas, oxtail, curry chicken, and ripe plantain, coleslaw, and salad.
All right, you're from Jamaica, and jerk chicken, that is the thing there, right?
Oh yes, everybody, well, I wouldn't say really everybody, but most people love jerk chicken. Even the other country people that you would think wouldn't like jerk chicken, they love the spice, even more than us Caribbean.
So, do you live here in Toronto?
Yes.
So what is it like to take part in this event, to bring this traditional Jamaican food here to this event?
It's a lot of work but I enjoy doing it, and I like to see put a smile on somebody's face.
What is the most popular dish that you serve here?
Jerk.
Oh, the jerk chicken. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and try, and this is a plantain. What is special about this? It's not a banana?
Well, some people class it as a banana, but you know you don't have banana this size. So definite is plantain, but it's a family to banana.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna give the plantain a try. We've got a little bit here. Microphone down.
Be careful, it's very hot.
Very hot, all right.
We deep fry it. Do you like it?
It's delicious. Are there any spices on it, or it's just deep fried?
Just deep fry.
It's absolutely delicious. Well, Sonia, thank you so much for talking with us. I appreciate it.
And welcome.
All right, sounds good. So the food.
Have a great day.
Thank you very much. You do the same.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Carnival Week. We hope you're enjoying yourselves. And as we start to slow down our coverage, live coverage that is, we hope that you felt a part of it. And let's check back in with Joey Stevens, see what he's up to.
Bob the Parrot. We are, of course, on the beautiful island of Barbados. We love it here, and we love crop over, and we certainly hope you've enjoyed what we brought you this week. My co-host,
Naima Hazel.
Yeah, and it's so good to be with you.
And it's so good
It's
to be
been
with
a
you.
pleasure being with you this week.
It's been
I mean
a
that in
pleasure
all
being
sincerity.
with you too. I really enjoy being with you here, Joey.
You have so much energy, and she brings so much to the program. I look forward to working with you in the future. Maybe we'll do some more carnivals together. Wouldn't that
would
be
be
nice?
great. I feel like tomorrow I should call you, maybe message you. I wouldn't know what to do. Who am I going to talk
What
to
are we going to do tomorrow,
night?
right? Anyway, we certainly want to thank you, the audience, for being with us. Lila and John back in the studio have done a tremendous job this week. Again, guys, big kudos go out to you. Emily up in Toronto with the coverage. I was watching the steel band competition the other night. It was tremendous.
Isn't it incredible?
It is. It is amazing. There's
steel
just
band is a real tradition.
so much going on.
Yeah, steel band is a real tradition in the Caribbean.
Yeah, we have seen some great music this week. We've seen some great costumes today.
Yes, and I'm very excited to share with you my day today at Kadooment.
Oh, I'm anxious to see because we were kind of split up today.
Yes, and I've been teasing you all week.
Yes.
All week, I don't know. You're going to find out what I'm doing. But right now, you are actually going to find out how I spent my day at Kadooment.
Am I going to be embarrassed? You didn't embarrass us today, did you?
You're going to have to watch and see.
Okay.
Let's see me with Fantasy Barbados for Kadooment. Finally, the culmination of the Crop Over Festival, the Grand Kadooment Parade. It is so exciting. I'm in my costume. I got my jewels. We remember all of that. And mostly look around you. Everything around us is beautiful. There are feathers on feathers on feathers, and revelers of all ages, men, women. Today we don't have those children, that's Junior Kadooment, and the kings and the queens of the band. Now, so much has gone into preparing for this festival, but everything goes into Grand Kadooment. This is the big parade. Now it starts right here in the stadium where the bands cross the stage and continues out into the road, all the way down the road, where all the revelers chip, 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 chip to the sounds of Crop Over. Now, we've been preparing you this for a long time, so we want you to continue to enjoy Crop Over and Grand Kadooment with us. Now me, today, I'm looking forward to jamming down the road. Now, it gets a little hot and sweaty, a little bit of walking up. It's hard to manage with a lot of feathers, but it is just really the end of a big, huge party. Now this year, they're doing things a little bit differently, and this is day one of a 2-day jam. That's 2 days of partying that culminates a whole 2, 3, 4. How many weeks have we been partying now? You've been watching, so you know we've been having tons of fun. Today we're gonna continue. Grand Kadooment, it's the best part of Crop Over, and we want to share that with you. I am here with the most versatile DJ in the world.
How are you going?
I'm good, I can't complain.
Welcome to Soca Brainwash. It's Cool and Bim.
Listen, this is the fete I've been looking forward to all season.
Yes, actually we worked really hard on it. We wanted to make sure the second year was a really good experience. The whole Caribbean is here. A lot of the foreigners are here. A lot of the Bajans are here. So it's an experience.
There's a lot of people here. How much people would you say are here tonight?
How many?
How many people would you say are here tonight?
I would estimate almost like 3,000 people here.
And I will tell you, they are still coming. They're still coming. This party starts about 3.
Yeah, it started at 3. It's going. I said 9 o'clock, but you know I'm always full of surprises. It's going later. Yeah.
And everybody here is to see all your DJs. What DJs do you have in your lineup?
Well, I have the best DJs. I have the best ladies. I have the best of everything. You can get food. You can get hats. You can get vibes. Everything is here.
And what did you guys decide to do it as a cooler fete this year?
What did I?
Why did you decide to do it as a cooler fete this year?
Well, I decided to do it like Trinidad is the all-inclusive experience. I decided to bring a cool experience to the Soca Brainwash brand. So people can bring their own drinks because they know as foreigners, and a lot of people come in the country, they buy their own drinks, they can pack their own coolers. It's the end of the weekend right before the road. So I said, let me try and do something that's a cooler that they can pack and then they can drink their own stuff.
I noticed something. You guys have like a cooler, like a VIP cooler experience. Tell me about that.
It's not really a VIP. It's like they have people who buy cabanas, so they're the coolers because they want to be in their own zone. And then they have the pre-packaged coolers where we pack the cooler for you and then you just come to the party.
I wish somebody would have packed my cooler for me.
You could do that. I would have packed your cooler for you.
Oh, that's sweet. That's why we love him. This is DJ Private Ryan. There's no one better than Private Ryan.
Torpedo, Nanano, Ezra Level, Clement Payne, Nanny Gray, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Great General Bussa. We are here to continue the works our ancestors have left behind for generations and generations yet to come. Today we bring to you water, and water signifies nothing but peace.
Well, the Emancipation Walk has officially begun with the drummers and the beat and the march. And this will continue now through the streets to downtown Barbados, where they'll celebrate and lay a wreath at a memory of the tomb.
Welcome back. We're sad that it's the end of Carnival Week. It is day 5. We hope you enjoyed all the festivities, and if you missed any part of our coverage, you can catch it all tomorrow right here on One Caribbean Television. We're going to rebroadcast everything that you missed.
That's right, everything you missed.
Everything.
From minute to minute.
We still need a name for our
Woko Woko.
Moco Jumpy.
I haven't named it yet, but for the most part, we can
It's
call
mine.
it Cod.
Why do you get to
What
name
about Kodba?
That's an inside joke. Anyways, John. Oh, here he is.
There he is.
What should we name him?
I have no idea. You said it was yours, so you name them.
We can name him together.
I said Kodba already.
Okay, Kodba. Stay tuned on Facebook to see what his name is.
That's right. Okay, what else do we got? The gifts? We talking about that?
Yes, we're talking about anything that people missed on Carnival Week. They can log on to
OneCaribbeanTelevision.com. And that's right, you could view anything you missed here tonight and earlier in the week. Now, finally, for one last time, we say hello to Joey and
Naima
and Emily one last time in Toronto.
That's it for John and I. Have a good night.
See you in February.
Welcome back to Barbados, everybody. In the final night of Crop Over, Joey Stevens along
And
with
Naima
Naima.
Hazel,
Yeah.
bringing it to a close.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, it's so sad, but we certainly have enjoyed our week together.
We really have.
We certainly hope you have enjoyed it.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about. We certainly hope that you'll plan on being with us again next year as we come back to Crop Over. It's an annual event. You know, there's so many people that make this thing go. I certainly want to thank, of course, Lila and John back in the studio.
Yep.
I want to thank all of our directors and producers back at One Caribbean Television, and the people you don't see behind the cameras. Come on out of here. Jonathan and Diane, and also Rivalito Simmons. Rivalito, our producer and director. Jonathan, one of our producers, cameraman. Diane, responsible for getting Naima here on time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she's the best personal assistant ever. Otherwise, we would not be here. I see you. I can see you nodding at me.
Thank you for being with us, everybody. Yes. We have certainly enjoyed being with you, and we love all of you. Thank you, Barbados. We will see you again next year.
Next year for sure.
Thank you so much, Joey and Naima. I hope you guys have been having as much fun as my photographer, Tommy Duska, and I have here in Toronto for Toronto's Caribbean Carnival. We've got some great coverage, some great shots he got, and some wonderful people we've met here in Toronto for the Caribbean Carnival, and that's really what this is all about. Opening their doors, here, Toronto did here, to people around the world, celebrating culture, the Caribbean culture, from food to dancing to the music. The music is a really, really fun, amazing part. The soca, the calypso, and the steel pan, all a great part of the Caribbean culture that's really brought alive over the past several days here in Toronto. We had the Pan Alive competition, one of my favorite, the steel pan competition, as well as the King and Queen and the Grand Parade. So next year's the big year, 50th anniversary. We had lots of fun. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Emily Matson, live here in Toronto. Back to you guys.
And we're on your Candy Coated crew,
AKA the better boat.
The thing I love about Candy Coated is from the jump, it's always a big party.
Yeah, because you need to pay attention to your music.
So every year, people can expect to go to every carnival and find a Candy Coated event.
Welcome to Soca Brainwash. It's Cool and Vim. I would estimate almost like 3,000 people here.
This party starts about 3.
Yeah, it started at 3, it's going, I said 9 o'clock, but you know, I'm always full of surprises, it's going later. I have the best DJs, I have the best ladies, I have the best of everything. You can get food, you can get hats, you can get vibes, everything is here.
Today we're actually behind the scenes in your, you call it a band camp.
We were the first ever premium band in Barbados. And we have transformed what you know now as Kaduma, offering premium everything from start to finish. All types, from local, regional, and international.
Well, the Emancipation Walk has officially begun with the drummers and the beat and the march. And this will continue now through the streets to downtown Barbados, where they'll celebrate and lay a wreath at a memory of the tomb.
Grand Kadooment, it's the best part of Crop Over, and we want to share that with you.
There will be some 32 bands that will be performing today. There will be some 11,000 revelers on the streets, believe it or not.
Everything around us is beautiful. There are feathers on feathers on feathers, and revelers of all ages.
We certainly hope you're enjoying all of the excitement and all of the pageantry, because it is exciting.